welcome back. Today we are going to continue working on problems multiplication, and at the end of this video I will do some certain shout outs, okay? Today we do start with the lunch bunches. If you missed our crew meeting yesterday, that was my news that I wanted to share with you guys, and we could start getting some lunch bunches together so you can see some of your friends and get to actually talk to them. I know that during our crew meetings, sometimes you guys get shy and don't want to really like speak out in front of everyone, which is fine. So that way we can just talk to our friends. And Geraldine actually gave me some really nice games that we could play as a smaller group. So if you have any other ideas, make sure you bring those along when we have our lunch bunches this week. And those who missed our crew meeting today, or I'm sorry, yesterday, oops. Make sure you come back on Thursday for our crew meeting at 1. Thursday we'll have another crew meeting, and then I'll have lunch bunch signups for next week so that we can have more lunch bunches going, okay? But today we are going to do 1 by 2 multiplication problems. So let's get to it. Okay, big idea, multiplying bigger numbers. Learning target, I can solve 1 by 2 multiplication problems. So let's try it together. Here we have this array. First, we have to think about what our sides measure. Okay, we have our base and our height. So what is our base, which is this longer waist, right? And also remember, before we go on, for our base, the base is a little bit easier because we don't have to count 1 cube at a time, since each of these black lines here indicate a group of 10. So here you have a group of 10, and then here you have a group of 10, okay? So if we were to think of the height, what do you think, or sorry, not the height, the base, what do you think the base measures? You're right, if you said 20, that's right. So we have 10 and 20. Now, what about our height? What do you think our height measures? You could count each cube at a time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you said 4, you are right. All right. Some of us, you guys, when we do an example together, that doesn't mean that is the answer to the one that you'll see later today. So make sure you pay attention to that and you're actually counting the cubes on that exercise for today, okay? All right, so now what would our equation be? So we do base times height. When we find area, we have to do base times height. So that would look something like this, maybe. Okay, so we have 4 for the height times the 20 of the base. Okay, I have the old-fashioned way here that you could do. You can line up your numbers, and then you do 4 times 0 is 0. Then you'll do 4 times 2 is 8. So then your answer would be 80. Okay, you can line up your numbers that way. You have to start with the ones and then go to the tens place. Or you could do it my way, which is an easy way, which you can just do 4 times 2 is 8, and then you add up the 0 at the end. Make sure we're adding that 0 and not just saying that 4 times 20 equals 8, okay? 4 times 20 would be 80. And let's say there is a problem that you don't know. Let's say you don't know what 4 times 2 is. You could skip count because 4 times 2 means you have 2 groups of 4. So you could do, okay, 4, 8. Okay, you can skip count, or you can do loops and groups. I have kiddos who are using a multiplication chart. Yes, you can use it. I would prefer you not using it just so you can get some practice of skip counting or starting to memorize some of these facts. But if you need to use a multiplication chart, then go ahead and do it, okay? So then it's 4 times 2 is 8, and then you add that 0 at the end. That would be the easier way for multiples of 10, but you can also do it the long way, okay, the old-fashioned way. So now you have to go to Google Classroom, and then you'll solve a problem similar to this and some more problems with 1 by 2 multiplication so you guys can keep practicing. So let's go to Google Classroom. Okay, Ms. Flores, classwork, daily work, and Wednesday's work. Okay, so when you click on this, the Google Forms, you'll be taken to the actual Google form here. Here you'll see my office hours are from 2 to 3. Like every day they are from 2 to 3. So if you have any questions, come back on around that time, and then you'll see my link, okay? Here is the daily announcements from Miss Nonis. Today you have art. So click on this link. If you click on the link, it'll take you to the art page. And once it loads, I can show you. Okay, so you have a message from your art teacher, and then here you have week 5. So you are doing week 5, and it's photography. So then you'll click here, 2nd and 3rd grade, so they're under the same tab. You click the picture, and it takes you to what you need to do. Okay, and then you click here again for your lesson. So I'm gonna exit out of here, and back to this. Okay. So you have art. Then here I also put the CERN link, so make sure you're doing 1 CERN lesson a day. Remember that our goal is to get to 60% of the green section, so this, right? So that I can choose two CERN winners at the end of this week. That is our goal. Sorry, back to this. Here is your timer, and then relaxing music. Email address, remember that's your Mapleton username. And then here you have a checklist. So once you're done with your CERN lesson, you can check it off. And then Google assignment, once you're done with that, check it off. Here I wrote your learning target. So your learning target is I can solve 1 by 2 multiplication problems. Here is that array picture. So first you have to find what equation matches the picture, solve the equation, and then here are a bunch of multiplication problems for you to practice, okay? Remember that when you write your answer, you write it in number form. So if you think this is 150, which is not, you would write it in number form, and then instead of word form. And when you're done, you make sure you click submit. I have gotten some of you guys who are turning it in a blank. I don't even know how you do that. I don't know because they should be required. So make sure that you look at your comments, and it might be a system glitch, which means it might not be working. If that's the case, please reach out to me. I have put it in your comments. I mentioned, hey, you're turning in a blank assignment, and it's only 1 or 2, and I reached out to you guys as well. So if I haven't reached out to you guys, and there's nothing to worry about, that means you're doing everything correct. But just so you know that you do have to do it on the Google form, and then when you're done, you submit it, okay? And then when you turn it in, I can see your answers. And don't worry, these, because they're not multiple choice, I'll go back in there and I will grade it myself. So in case it says it's wrong, I'll also take a double look and see if it's not wrong, okay? And that's it, you guys. So that is your lesson for today, to keep practicing those multiplication 1 by 2. Remember that it's important that we all do our part and that we all are still engaged in learning, so we are ready for 4th grade next year, okay? And now the shout outs. Let's see. Isabel, you have 2 lessons completed. Austin, 2. Liam, 2. Amy, you have 3. Alejandra, you have 2. Colin, you have 2. And Lexi, you have 2. Good job, you guys. Remember that you should not have a blank box anymore. You should be on CERN and completing 1 CERN lesson a day. And you should have 4 CERN lessons by the end of the week. So make sure you guys are getting logged on, and make sure that we are completing 1 whole lesson a day. So make sure we're not still stuck on 0 or 1. Okay. If you're in pink, that means you're logging in. You're just not getting that, or not that you're not getting it. Yeah, that means you're just not where at 2 or 3. Okay. So this orangey color means 2 or 3. A green means you're at 4 or more. And then pink just means you're at 0 or 1. All right, you guys, well, have a good day. And those who have lunch with me today, don't forget and come back at noon. Bye.